Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Now today's recipe is lamb stewed with turnips. I don't know about you, but I just love turnips and they scream winter to me. And combined with the slowly stewed lamb, it is just utterly divine. I've got some little tips to make it really seasonal as well if you're in a wintry country. If this sounds good to you, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, tell all your friends about me so you can support my work and help me keep growing. And then let's get cooking. I'm on a mission to make turnips cool, if I'm honest with you. But first up, onions need to be sliced, and I love wearing these battered old sunglasses so I don't weep. A mandolin will make slicing 2 medium onions super easy. 1 large bay leaf, a stick of cinnamon, and 2 black cardamoms go in very hot oil. And as they sizzle up, we're going to add a little pinch of white sugar. Now, what this will do is balance out the tomatoes later, but also help the onions caramelize faster. So in go those sliced onions. If you don't have a mandolin, please don't worry. You can always slice them thinly yourself. Now I'm going to add a pinch of salt. So this all will help the onions caramelize faster. It's still going to take about 10 minutes. And remember to keep the heat sort of medium high, not too high. You want to caramelize them slowly, not burn them to a crisp. So you can see that they've slowly been turning golden in the pan. Look at that, just absolutely gorgeous. In goes that ginger and garlic. That's about 1.5 inches of ginger and 4 garlic cloves, peeled and grated finely. Give that a good stir for about another minute until you see the ginger and garlic taking on color as well. And now we're going to go in with the spices. That's a tablespoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of chili powder, and 2 teaspoons of ground cumin that goes in. I know it feels like a lot of coriander, but don't worry, it will balance out flavors later. Trust me on this one. So we're going to turn that round and round in the pan just to make sure that it doesn't burn. And you'll really be able to smell the spices. If at any point it looks like it might get stuck, you can add a little splash of hot water. Now, a tin of tomatoes. It's winter in the UK, tomatoes are not seasonal, so I've used a tin of tomatoes instead. This is just chopped tomatoes. Just make sure that yours doesn't have any basil or anything in it. The great thing about using tin tomatoes is you also get that luscious curry effect. Talking about curry, I've got curry cut lamb shoulder here. Shoulder is a little bit better value than lamb leg, and I get the butcher to cut it for me. He's probably made the chunks a little bit too big this time, but we'll forgive him. I'll tell him off later. And you want to stir that on quite a high heat. So I have whacked up the flame a little bit, and you want to seal that, really making sure that the masala or spice base goes into the lamb chunks nicely. So mix that together beautifully well before adding a splash of water. So you want to roughly sort of submerge the pieces of lamb before you stick the lid on and leave it cooking on a medium bubble. Now time to peel and cut the turnips into chunks. Stir and cook the meat for about 1 hour and 15 minutes. You want it almost very nearly cooked. Give it a lovely stir. Just make sure that it's well incorporated. You can see the oil coming out. Oof, it looks just glorious. And then in go those turnips. You can seal these if you like, but you don't really need to because they don't fall apart like potatoes, and they do soak up all the lovely ingredients and spices anyway. So in they go. Again, we're going to do what we did with the lamb. Just stir them through nicely. Make sure they're incorporated. Add a dash more water and then stick the lid back on. Now, how much water you add is entirely dependent on how much gravy or curry you want. Look at the color on that. Utterly, utterly stunning. Just see. Now for the final flourish, we're going to add a grated bit of nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg is always better if you ask me. So in that goes, you want about half a teaspoon worth to make it all really buttery. Now, for the bit I'm really bad at, if I'm honest with you, is the final styling flourish. Just grab some coriander leaves, pop them around the dish as nicely as you can. This is not a core skill set for me, I'm afraid, so you have to bear with me. And then I've whisked a little low-fat yogurt with some water, and I'm just going to drizzle that over the lamb. This is such a good Boxing Day curry, by the way. I got so many requests for Boxing Day curries when everyone's turkeyed out. And just making it pretty like this adds a little extra something to the table, I find. So do please take the effort to do this. I thought I'd to make some effort on your behalf. And there you have it. The lamb is so melt in the mouth. The turnips taste utterly gorgeous with those lamb juices. Now all that's left for me to do is to give this a little taste. Just make sure, you guys are happy with it and all that. It is stunning, okay? This is a fabulous lamb and turnip dish. Serve it with some lovely parathas or flatbreads or as part of the thali I'm creating. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and see you here for the next one. Bye.